When Willie Corduff was a youngster in Rossport, on the idyllic westernmost coast of Ireland, his only plans were of carrying on with his family's farm.
I grew up with my father here. I only left here for about a month to 6 weeks. I went to Dublin to work. I didn't like it. My mother kept writing to me every week to come back home to help them. So I came back home and I never left. I married here and I reared my kids here.
Working the land here is a lifelong job. The crusty top layer of peat is carved away and burned like coal before you can even reach the marshy bog below. The Corduff clan has tilled this soil for generations. Not a prosperous life, but full of intangible values.
Rossport's very easygoing, relaxed country life. All the neighbours were in and out of each other's houses and visiting, and you kind of always looked out for each other. Everybody seemed to be very content. Life has totally changed. Our lives are not our own anymore.
In the year 2000, when Shell Oil's gas pipeline and processing plant was first proposed to the people of County Mayo, it marked for them a time when their farm life would become secondary to their growing strength and determination to protect their land.
Most people thought it was very good news, because gas should mean prosperity, it should mean jobs. But there was no talk at all about danger or the threat that this could pose to people's lives. And the more we learned, the more frightened we became that they were imposing this on us without giving us adequate information.
The proposed high-pressure raw gas pipeline was to intersect the community of Rossport and signal grave dangers to their households. The families protested that the marshland couldn't support such intrusion and that if there was a leak, the danger would be irreparable. Their daily protests at the plant site often resulted in dire consequences.
Don't push me, boy. Okay, I tell you, I says, don't push me, boy.
Two of them held on to me and one of them beat me up. My teeth are loose and my nose is busted.
We were walking back quietly back the road when they started the trouble. They're trying to scare us out of here. Well, we're not going to. I'll die here if I have to. Do your wife and family know what you're doing? Innocent people, and you know we're innocent people. You should be crying. So you should, for what you're doing. We're begging you for help.
Come here, yeah, you can.
I don't think it's going to be too long until you see somebody get killed. There's an awful lot of community behind us. They have seen the trouble in every country that Shell have been in. If they get their own way here, they're going to destroy the whole community.
For 5 long years, Corduff and the Shell to Sea Coalition had managed to thwart the corporation's plan for the pipeline through their community. Then Shell took legal action in the High Court in Dublin, preventing them from standing in the way of the project's progress. In June of 2005, 5 residents of Rossport were jailed for refusing to obey the order.
They're trying to protect my home, and the government are going to jail me.
We could never describe the fright when the judge put down that hammer and said he has no choice but to sentence us to jail and be led away by guards into a holding cell. My legs almost collapsed. It was a shock that you never felt before.
Innocent people, elderly people, like you had young families, have gone through hell. Shell is responsible for it. They have instilled an anger in families that won't be forgotten for long and many a day.
94 days after they were incarcerated, the Rossport Five were released. Shell has motioned to drop the case against them and has agreed to reroute the pipeline outside of Rossport, due to an overwhelming show of public support for their cause. But Corduff and the others are still fighting to move the processing plant offshore, a plan that will be much safer for the entire region.
Willie is highly educated in real terms, which is human wisdom and experience and values. And he took a very strong position in terms of protecting his family, in terms of protecting his community. He understands the world in the context of his farm. He has come to better understand dynamics of global corporations, and I think it's wonderful to see Willie being so courageous and so competent in terms of making an argument.
For outstanding environmental achievement in Europe, the 2007 Goldman Environmental Prize is awarded to Willie Corduff, Rossport, County Mayo, Ireland.